For the Cougars, number 3, Ben Schumacher. For Sunrise, number 4, Carson Roberts. For the Cougars, number 11, Colson Dickinson. For Sunrise, number 10, Matt Gould. For the Cougars, number 12, Caleb Quaddy. For Sunrise, number 22, Xavier Miller. Last for the Cougars, number 25, Adam Staten.
All right, looks like we got it back. Sorry, guys, struggling with the Wi-Fi. Early lead for the Buffaloes, 2-0. 3-point basket in and out. Walker tries to pull down the rebound, can't control it. And it's the Buffaloes' ball out of bounds underneath.
Yeah, they got a quick transition bucket there as we were getting started. They had a steal and then kicked it up ahead and got an easy layup to get the 2 points where we're at.
That's number 4, Roberts. Brings it around the top. Into 22, Miller. Miller driving in, being defended by Quaddy. Kick back to 2, Hatungula. Ball around the perimeter. Cougars in a 2-3 or 2-1-2. Enter into the paint. And bucket for number 22, Miller. Schumacher up ahead, goes baseline all the way through to Dickens. Dickens for 3. Little strong rebound to the Buffaloes. That was pulled down by 24, Thompson.
Schumacher did a good job getting drive baseline and getting the kick out. Hopefully we can get those shots to fall.
3-point basket. Rebound for the Buffaloes. Kick back to Roberts. Three-pointer is good for Hatungula. Dickens up ahead to Quaddy. Quaddy takes the short jumper. Buffalo's out in transition. Walker there to defend. And picks up the foul on the floor.
Yeah, you can tell they like to push the ball up the floor and try to get transition buckets. Quaddy just a little strong on his first pull-up. Usually that's his money shot there from the baseline.
Three-pointer from the top of the key, banks it in. And 10-0 lead early for the Buffaloes. Cougars running the perimeter shell. Quaddy comes up for the ball screen. Walker kicks it to Dickens. Up top to Stanton. Schumacher drives baseline, kicks it back to Quaddy. Schumacher into the paint for the floater is short. Rebound outlet by the Buffaloes. That's Goo all the way with his left. Dickens gets the rebound. Dickens over to Schumacher. He goes into the paint. And long this time. Rebound again for the Buffaloes.
We're just looking a little tense. Hopefully we can get relaxed and get to playing our game.
Backside rebound. Thompson was there but couldn't secure it. And the Cougars want a timeout.
Probably a good idea after the start we've had. We've had some open looks, had some shots. Just none of them fell for us so far.
Cougars have the ball out of the timeout. Schumacher brings it into the front court for the Cougars. Over to Stanton on the wing. Dickens flashes to the top. Over to Walker. Walker looks for an entry, finds Quaddy. Quaddy's spin move, goes up strong and finishes.
Way to take the lid off the bucket. That way we've got our first 2 points here. Relax and settle in now and play.
Ball entered down low. Walker jumps up and steals. Walker looks at his options, tries to go no look to Quaddy. Stolen away by number 4, Roberts. Quaddy pressures ball. Roberts kicks it back to Gu, number 10. All the way across to Hatungla. Let's call him. Did you hear his name being pronounced?
I did not.
3-point basket's good. Up ahead to Schumacher. Into Quaddy at the elbow. Quaddy holds, tries to give it to Walker off his shoulder. Back to Walker for 3. Short rebound goes to Roberts. He's going to push all the way. Stanton gets back to help. Follow by Miller is good. Dickens up ahead on the right, gets to the basket, kicks it back to Quaddy from the elbow. Foul called on Stanton as he went up to challenge Thompson.
Put that hand on his back as he went to try to swat the ball out of his hand and got called for the push.
Thompson, 6, let's see, what do we got, 6'7"? Three-pointer from the corner is good.
They're shooting quite well from the three-point stripe so far.
Walker cuts, kicks to Schumacher, drives in, goes to the basket. Stanton on the backside for the rebound, draws the foul. And Stanton will go to the line to shoot 2.
Schumacher doing a good job getting to the rim, just hasn't got it to fall yet. But I'm glad to see him driving in. Stanton with a good job on the weak side rebound. We're just starting out very, very cold.
Ganza in the game for the Buffaloes. He's the 6'7" player. Thompson's listed at 6'2", but he looks taller than that. Inside to Ganza. Back up to the top to Gu. Stolen away by the Cougars. Miller in the game. Pushes up ahead. Miller with his left gets to the basket. Backside fight for the ball. 3 Cougars were there and ended up not being able to handle it. Entered down low to Ganza. He's fighting for position and gets it. Walker up ahead to Miller into the corner. Back to Walker. He slows it down. Miller to Schumacher, flashing high over to Stanton on the wing. Stanton finds Quaddy at the elbow. And he's good from 15.
Good shot by Quaddy, good patience by us. Not getting crazy with the score being the way it is.
Step back 3. Loose ball. Walker's able to pull it down and draws the foul in transition. Each team now with 2 team fouls.
Got more fresh legs coming in. Burns, Dickens, and you can all checked in. That screen and got smacked across the.
On the first.
Everybody just playing a little timid.
Good on the second, 15-point lead for the Buffaloes. Number 1 in the game, Samuel Webb.
Looks like we've switched a man now out of zone.
Pass to the corner to Hanugula. Quaddy pulls down the rebound.
Good box out, but we're going to end up with a jump ball.
Gets caught on the dribble by number 2.
It's going to stay Buffalo ball. Stanton coming in for Quaddy. Give Quaddy a breather here with 1 minute to go in the first.
Inbounded to Miller. He gets into the paint. Finds the backdoor pass. Kicked back. That was Keller.
Got him for 3 seconds on 35 for the call. 3 seconds on 35.
You can all into Dickens. Over to Burns on the wing. He kicks it back to the middle to Dickens. Over to Burns.
Short.
Stanton fights for the rebound, gets it. Back to Dickens, and Dickens gets called for the travel. He's got to be more disciplined with that pivot foot when he's catching the ball. Webb up top with the ball for the Buffaloes. 20 seconds left in the first. Keller on the left wing. Back to Webb. Miller, lefty for 3. Yukino pulls down the board, 3 seconds remaining. Dickens can't handle the outlet pass. Gets it up to Burns and out of bounds. And that will do it for the first quarter.
Stop the bleeding, but we're still just not getting in a rhythm on offense. We're getting some shots, we're getting some open looks, but we just look like we're out of sorts. And no, I guess Stanton missed both of his, so we just have 1 free throw and 1 other layup bucket then by Quaddy.
Yeah, going to have to figure out how to score if we're going to stay in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, our defense apparently is going to settle down and settle in here a little bit. Coach is trying multiple defenses here. We've went from 2-1-2 to 1-2-2 and man thrown in the middle of that mix. So trying to confuse them on offense by using multiple different defenses.
Sunrise, I believe, has 3 3-pointers so far in the game, maybe 4.
4, the bank shot one.
Oh, that's right.
Still counts.
Into Quaddy to start the second quarter, back to Schumacher. Quaddy at the elbow. Stolen away by Gu. Quaddy tries to defend. Shot is missed. Gu gets his own rebound and puts it back.
Just one of those where we didn't give him limit it to 1 shot there.
Schumacher draws the foul in the front court. First foul of the quarter on the Buffalo. Dickens on the wing. Over to Walker up top. Backdoor cut way off the mark. Turnover to the Buffalo.
Stanton didn't even look like he was expecting there to be a pass at that point, so not for sure on the play, but Coach Harrell did call a play out.
Go up top over into the corner to Roberts. Baseline drive. Quaddy challenges. Roberts able to get over the outstretched arm of Quaddy for the 2 points. Stanton pushes all the way. Reverse. Long rebound goes to the Buffalo into the quick outlet. discussion by coach about getting back on defense. Just kind of looking lost out there.
Yeah, we're not, at least if we're going to give up threes, that's one thing, and get them into an offensive set, but we're just giving up easy transition buckets. That's very upsetting by Coach Harrell because he wants us to hustle back and wants us to have multiple people back to stop that. At least make them set up their offense.
Yeah, the concept of boxing out applies in transition too, that if you don't know where your guy is to box out, you probably don't notice him leaking out. So
Yeah.
if you can mark your man when the shot goes up, then you know that he was leaking. And back up top for Dickens for three. In and out. Loose ball goes to Walker. Gives it to Quaddy down low. Quaddy turnaround jumper is long. Rebound by Miller. Walker knocks it away.
Got multiple great looks that last one.
Again, can't finish. Miller pulls it down. And Stanton draws the body check.
Great offensive crashing and hustle there on the offensive side, but just couldn't get any of the baskets to go. Several of them were very tough.
Q on the ball, number 10, deflected by Dickens. Quaddy reads it and knocks it away, almost a steal into a transition basket for the Cougars.
And that's one thing we're not getting is transition buckets, which is usually helps get our offense going.
Entered down low. Quaddy does a good job defending, going straight up. Stanton pulls it down, outlet to Dickens. Dickens to the corner for Schumacher. He takes the three, and he gets it. 26-8 now. Enter down to the block, kick back to Gu. Into the corner for Miller. Gu gets away with the travel. Walker steals it away with the slap down, up ahead to Dickens. And Dickens draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
There's that transition offense that we need to get into, all right. Getting that push when we get a steal out of the top or a long rebound like that helps us get into our transition offense as well.
Real nice hands by Walker there to get slapped down on the ball to create that transition opportunity. Dickens good on the first. 5 minutes on the official clock left in the second. Yukon and Miller subbing in for Stanton and Schumacher. Dickens makes them both. Trap comes. Quaddy gets the steal. Quaddy up ahead. Two-handed jam. (26-12) now the score.
Back into our 2-1-2.
Crowd getting into it now as the Cougars need a offensive foul called on number 10, Gu. Walker is able to draw it.
Got that forearm extension there and got help with the dramatic falling backwards. Draws that charge.
Walker to Quaddy at the elbow. He looks down low for Walker. Back to Dickens. Dickens drives through tough traffic. Take a look back at that steal by Quaddy into the dunk. Quaddy really elevating on that, getting the two-hand jam. Nice momentum play for the Cougars.
Back to 14-point lead for them, but we are at the line now and can cut it even further. Buffalo now have 4 team fouls. Cougars just with 1 this period.
Apologize to those tuning in online. We are having a little bit of struggle with our consistent stream. Hopefully the delays aren't too extreme. Dickens makes the first. In and out on the second. Rebound to the Buffaloes as the Cougars don't put anyone down to contest the free throw. Trap in the corner by Smith, and Yukonaw. Smith gets the steal. Up ahead to Yukonaw. Yukonaw has space, kicks it over to Miller on the near side. Up top to Smith. Smith to the elbow, kicks it back to Dickens. Dickens for 3. Long, Yukonaw gets the long rebound. Back to Dickens in the corner. Dickens resets up top as he pushes Smith to the wing. Over to Miller on the left. Finds Dickens on the cut. Dickens does the step back jumper and airball Goo on the backside for the rebound.
Schumacher waiting to check in on the next dead ball.
Goo being defended by Yukonaw. He gets baseline, and Yukonaw commits the foul.
Schumacher in for Colson. Dickens.
Ball into Miller at the top of the key. Into Thompson. Miller for 3. He gets it. Schumacher carries it up over to Miller. Cannon Miller, that is, for the Cougars. Back to Schumacher. Yukonaw up top over to Smith on the wing. Smith to Miller at the top of the key, over to Schumacher. Schumacher drives baseline, gets the step, can't get the finish as 22 Xavier Miller pulls down the rebound.
Nice drive.
Ball knocked away by the Cougars, will stay Buffalo ball.
3 checking in here, so we got 3 of them going back out. Looks like Quaddy, Dickens, Walker checking in for Miller, Yukonaw, and Smith.
Number 11, Keller inbounding for the Buffaloes into Webb. All the way into corner for Hatanunga. Hatunoglu. Bonus. That's 5. That's 5. Two shots.
Brian taking care of the officials.
I'd like to think that the refs would track the fouls, but hey, they can't do it all. That's why we're here.
At least with the scores table, they would know.
That is a correctable error this year added to NFHS. If they inbound it and they realize their error before the possession is changed, they can actually go back and correct it.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
Walker in and out on the first.
Struggling with our free throws.
Makes the second, 29-14, 15-point lead for the Buffaloes. 2:30 left in the first half. Webb dribbles it, passes over to Hatanoglu, and he has to throw it away off of Schumacher's knee. Will stay Buffalo's ball on the sideline. Keller gets it into Webb. Dickens reads it and gets the steal, leaves it for Quaddy.
Traveled there.
Yeah, Dickens just drugged that back foot as he was trying to get through.
Otherwise, good idea hitting the trailer.
Keller up top, looks into the corner. Quaddy gets the steal. Quaddy leaves it for Dickens this time, and Dickens can't get the finish. He gets back in bounds to Walker from 3. Blocked by Hatanoglu. Quaddy from 18 is good. Gu slows it down, brings it into the front court. Over to Keller. Keller holds from 35. 1:35 left in the first half. Hatanoglu back to Keller. Into Miller. Down low, Quaddy comes on the block and gets called for the foul on the finish.
Looked like they might have gotten away with being in the lane an awful long time that time.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It looked like Miller had about 10 seconds in the lane there. Gonza in and out on the first. Makes the second. Cougars inbound. Walker on the ball. Walker pushes in, tries to get it to Quaddy, deflected by Gonza. Miller's out on the run. Foul on the floor by Stanton. Good job by Stanton committing that foul before the shot.
They called it actually on Dickens.
Oh, on Dickens, okay.
Even better because that was Dickens first. Would have been Stanton second.
Both teams in the bonus the last minute here in the first half.
Finally stepped out of the lane, but he's been standing in there most of the time down the court.
Playing for the last shot, 30 seconds left. Offensive foul. Good job by Walker drawing it.
12 seconds gives us a time for a last second shot here.
Number 12, Sutherland, checking in the game for his first appearance. As Miller subs out after that foul. That's Miller's second foul. Inbound to Schumacher, quickly back to Walker. 7 seconds left. Walker gives it to Quaddy. He can't handle it. Loose ball. Gonza tries to get over to it, steps on the line at the buzzer, and that will do it for the first half.
Well, we kind of settled in, but we're still not playing very good basketball for us, and we're only down 14 after their early onslaught of hitting threes. They've started struggling hitting the baskets, and our defensive switching in between the different traps and zones and man has confused them several times on what we were going to jump into, looks like.
Waiting for the halftime clock to start. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll take a break here and send you through the first half recap and be back for the second half. All right, we're back. Ready to start the third quarter by Hatanoglu. Almost backcourt violation by Roberts. Into the corner for Gu. Miller pulls down the rebound. Back in by Roberts, leaves it for Gonza. Quaddy gets the defensive rebound, outlet to Dickens. Dickens up ahead, gets to the basket. Fight for the rebound. Gu pulls it ahead. Up to Miller, and Miller slams it home. Whistle right on the after the dunk, and
Twisted his ankle down here. He's down.
actually that's actually Thompson in the game. I said Gonza earlier.
I thought for slapping the backboard whenever the ball's against was goaltending.
Yeah, the ref's discussing that with him now. Thompson looked like he got that pretty bad because he's still not putting any weight on it. Two coach and player helping him off.
I believe he was the one that slapped the backboard real hard, and I think he came down on somebody's foot.
Cougars will have it back into play. Walker bringing it up. Walker over to Schumacher on the wing. Up top to Dickens. Dickens looks for the back door to Stanton. Back up top to Schumacher. Over to Walker. Up to Dickens at the top of the key. To Stanton on the cut. Quaddy flashes high. Dribble handoff to Dickens. He gets into the paint. Floater with the left. Quaddy's there for position for the offensive rebound. Draws the foul. And he'll go to the line.
Good drive again, just having trouble finishing our floaters. Glad that Quaddy was in good position that time on the inside to be able to rise up, pump fake, get them off their feet, and go right back up with the shot to draw the foul.
Quaddy good on the first. Gets them both big free throws for the Cougars. 32-18 now the score. Trap at the corner. Keller's on the ball. Keller gets it up to number 2, Hatanoglu.
Dribbled it out of bounds, but they gave him the ball, but he dribbled it, and then it hit the line.
Keller inbounding to Gu. Gets it. Stanton with the ball. Kicks it back to Dickens. Dickens over to the wing to Stanton. Back up top over to Schumacher. Across to Stanton. Into the corner for Dickens. Up top to Walker. Walker shot fake. Gets into the paint. Walker lost his balance as he went up. All the way down to Gonza. Quaddy's able to defend and get the rebound and draws the foul.
Good position, way to stay with it.
Buffalo's in full court press. Dickens into Walker. In the middle to Schumacher. Schumacher to the corner for Stanton. He takes the three. Long rebound goes to Gu.
Good look, couldn't get it to fall.
Trap comes with Quaddy and Dickens.
Got a timeout. Buffalo. Buffaloes. had some opportunities and some looks again, but they're not falling still for us.
Look at that three-point basket by Goo. And the big dunk by Miller. All right, after the timeout, Buffaloes retain possession. Up top to Keller. All the way across the court. Hatanuglu can't get it to go, but Goo on the backside gets the rebound. Gonza with the elbow gets the courtesy foul. Let's take a look at that. They call that on Quaddy.
Gotta get down where his knees is and box him out.
Dickens and Stanton sub out as Miller and Yukonov come in the game. Makes the free throw. Miller over to Schumacher. Miller, Schumacher drives baseline, kicks it back. Gets through and finishes.
It's a nice drive and finish there.
Goo gets doubled. Miller and Quaddy come on. All the way across to Keller. Into the corner for Hatanuglu. Back to Keller up top. Ball deflected, but right to Gonza. And he finishes. 19-point lead for the Buffaloes. Walker brings it into the front court. Oh, man. Foul called on the Buffaloes. Walker inbounds to Quaddy. Back up top to Walker. Over to Miller on the wing. Miller looks for the cutter, Yukonov. Yukonov turnaround jumper. Quaddy gets the offensive rebound and gets fouled. And Quaddy will get 2 shots.
Short, good looking turnaround jump shot. Quaddy there for the rebound. See if we can cut back into this lead now. You get so used to the scoreboards having a lot of the players' names, points, and fouls up there. When you go back and you don't have that, then it's kind of disappointing.
That was Gonza's second foul. Quaddy short on the second. Cougars not defending the free throw. Into transition for the Buffaloes. Yukonov there to draw the foul.
Yeah. Ethan's specialty, loves to set up for the charge, and that guy played right into it.
And 3:47 left to go in the third quarter. Cougars will be shooting bonus free throws the rest of the way.
That was his third foul.
Dickens brings it up. Miller and Burns in the game. Yukonov over to Burns. Back up top to Miller. Over to Dickens. Across the frame to Burns. Into the corner, Yukonov Stanton sets the off-ball screen. Yukino over to Dickens. Dickens tries to enter it into Stanton,
Kick.
and the
Stay.
refs bail him out with the kick. It will stay Cougars ball. Stanton inbounds to Dickens into the backcourt. Into the corner for Yukino, back to Burns. All the way across the frame to Miller. And enter to Yukino. Gons is able to poke it away. And big lost possession for the Cougars without a shot. Webb into Miller. Stanton, strong defense. And Stanton gets called for the hold. Quaddy, Walker, and Schumacher back in the game as Stanton, Miller, and Burns take a seat. Entered all the way up to Miller into Gonza. He tries to make the move. Quaddy comes there on the double. Gets it out over to the wing to Gu. Cougars content to stay in the zone. Short on the three-pointer. Quaddy gets in there, loose ball. Walker gets on the floor. Miller's able to pick it up. Goes with his left and gets the roll. Walker's holding his nose.
Yeah, I think his face got hit with the ball there when he dove in for it.
Back to a 20-point lead for the Buffaloes. The Cougars aren't going to be able to let the Buffaloes take a minute off the clock every possession and sit in a zone. They're going to have to change what they're doing.
Yeah.
If they just want to lose by a little, they can stay in zone. But if they want a chance to win, they got to change it up.
Yeah, because it's one of those whether you've got to start making them do things
Schumacher
with the ball on offense.
up ahead to Stanton. Stanton drives in, and Gonza reaches in, commits the foul, and we're in the bonus. Stanton will get 2 free throws. Oh, lost my tripod there for a second.
Good catch.
Stanton short on the first. Misses them both. Quaddy gets the rebound and draws the foul. And Quaddy will go back to shoot.
As that is the 5th team foul again.
.25 seconds left. Stanton gets the rebound, pushes up to Schumacher. Schumacher looks down low for Quaddy. Quaddy turns around, in and out. Keller dribbles up. Quaddy's able to cut him off. Just 10 seconds left. My clock's off on the scoreboard here. Trap in the corner. Up ahead, and Schumacher gets called for another foul.
Gets his 3rd foul.
That will be bonus free throws. Double bonus for the Buffaloes. Misses them both. Quaddy up ahead to Miller. And Miller can't get it off in time. That'll do it for the third quarter. So the Buffaloes have extended their lead by 2. It's 14 and a half. They're now leading by 16. Have led by as many as 20.
Was 20 the highest, or did it get up to 22 at one time?
It was 41 to 21 at one point. Will be the Cougars ball coming out in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes left. Cougars are going to have to keep that aggressive style of defense, possessions. Walker, Dickens, Miller, Stanton, and Quaddy in the game for the Cougars to start the fourth quarter. Gu, Roberts, Hatunglu, Miller, and Keller in for the Buffalo. Quaddy into the short corner, defended by Miller. Up top to Miller. Gets into the lane. Quaddy gets in there, but gets called for the foul.
It's a good hustle play by Quaddy. Miller did a nice job driving in, but just met a buzzsaw when he got there that time. They were ready for the floater, apparently.
Ball passed up ahead. Xavier Miller with the big attempt on the dunk. Quaddy and Walker get the rebound. Into the corner for Cannon Miller, and he steps on the end line out of bounds. He's got to know where you are on the court.
Yeah.
Ball inbounds. Dickens commits the foul on Roberts in the air.
Good hustle by Dickens.
Trap coming with Miller and Dickens. Good gets it to Roberts, baseline drive all the way to the corner. Long rebound, Dickens is able to secure it. Back to Walker. And foul on Hatunglu.
Their coach not happy about that. They made a stupid foul. 80 foot away from the basket.
That's his third foul. Schumacher subs in for Cannon Miller for the Cougars. So Schumacher brings it up court. Over to Dickens. Quaddy flashes high, gets it over to Walker. Stanton posts up on the block. Over to Schumacher for 3. Foul underneath. I don't know if that was a moving screen. Oh, push on the Buffalo. Inbounded to Roberts. Dickens comes over and commits the foul. That's the third team foul on the Cougars this quarter.
Third foul, personal foul on Dickens.
Keller dribbling up, Dickens and Schumacher come on the trap, and coach wants a timeout for the Buffaloes.
30-second timeout for the Buffaloes here. Still haven't scored in the fourth quarter yet. We've had some good looks. Schumacher's made some nice drives.
Buffalo's ball coming out of the timeout. Ball entered into Goo. He's able to bring it down. Drives into the paint. Can't get the roll. Miller's there for the rebound. In and out. Schumacher pulls down the loose ball over to Stanton. Stanton pushing up to Dickens. Dickens finds Quaddy in the short corner. Quaddy in, finishes, and draws the foul. And Quaddy will get a chance to complete the old school three-point play. Stanton gets into the paint, and so does Schumacher to contest the free throw. Quaddy makes it. 13-point lead now for the Buffaloes. Miller looking to inbound. Gets it to Hadinuglu. Up ahead to Roberts as he holds. Quaddy comes over, Hadinuglu baseline drive. Looks for Miller. Can't hold on to it. Knocked away by the Cougars. Will stay Buffalo's ball. Inbounded up top to Miller. Quaddy defending. Back up top. Into the corner. Stanton makes the steal. Up ahead to Dickens. Dickens is able to keep it in. Tries to find Quaddy. Too low. On the floor. Back to Walker. Into Quaddy. Quaddy at the block. Tough turnaround jumper. Stanton fighting for position. Miller pulls it down. Miller out on the run. Walker sets up for the defense, but Miller finishes. Cougars quickly out in transition. 15-point lead now for the Buffaloes. Into the corner for Dickens. Dickens back over to Schumacher. Schumacher to Stanton. Stanton baseline drive. Gets all the way to the basket, draws the foul. And Stanton will get 2.
Trying to fight back here with 5.5 to go in the fourth. Playing with a lot of hustle.
Stanton makes the first. Long on the second. Roberts with the rebound. Goose trying to slow it down. Quaddy and Dickens come up to set the trap. Goose able to sneak through. Into the corner. Three-point basket in and out. Stanton pulls down the rebound. Stanton looking to push. Up ahead to Walker into the front court in the middle. At the top of the key. Walker resets. Looking for Quaddy. Posting up down low.
Full timeout by Coach Harrell.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. I thought they were going to give a foul on Keller there on the post up by Quaddy. There's a physical down low move. Really a pretty low scoring game all around. Sunrise only with 43.
Yeah, to score half again of the whole first three quarters with just 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. 5 to go in the fourth quarter. It's a tough task, but we start hitting some shots, it'll make a big difference.
Walker into the back court to Dickens. Dangerous pass.
Yeah, he almost didn't get established in the back court.
High on the shot. Walker, good job getting the rebound. Gets it to Quaddy for the shot. Stanton comes on the Wolf. Miller's able to secure it. All the way back up as Roberts slows it down into the corner for Goo. Roberts back up top. Cougars back in the zone. Goo pushes into paint, kicks it back to Roberts, finds Miller. in the paint. Miller up and under move. Off the backboard, Quade gets the rebound out to Schumacher. Schumacher drives in and finishes. 12-point game, Goo in the middle. Quade and Stanton trying to trap him. Goo's able to get through. Dickens picks him up. Goo all the way to the basket. Walker's there. Short. Stanton pulls down the rebound out to Schumacher. Schumacher drives in. Good move and finishes. Roberts up to Miller. Miller gets through two. Walker sets up for the charge. Miller makes the basket. Stanton quickly up ahead to Quade. Quade finishes. And it's a 10-point game, 3:30 left to play. Webb into the front court. And the Buffaloes are trying to hold now. Into top of the key for Miller, over to Roberts. Can't let him slow it down. You're just going to have to foul. Over to Webb as he holds. Back to Dickens, to Roberts. Trap's coming. Dickens gets the steal to Schumacher. Schumacher up ahead, and he finishes and the foul. And Schumacher will go to the line. Single-digit lead now, 8 points, as Schumacher can make it 7 with the free throw.
Yeah, they look like they haven't been contesting our layups there at the end. They were kind of just coasting back, and Schumacher was just going ahead and taking them on in and finishing.
He's good on the free throw. Schumacher subs out as Burns subs in.
I think they've got Smith and Burns in there to foul.
Roberts walks it up. Under 3 to play. Quade and Burns come to set the trap. Robert picks up his dribble, gets it to Goo in the top of the key. Back up to Roberts as they move it around the horn. Keller into the middle to Goo. Loose ball on the floor. And ref bails him out with a foul call. Foul call on Burns.
Like you got an ankle injury or shin injury. Still Buffalo's ball. We still have one more to give before they start shooting double bonus.
Stanton subs out as Yukinaw checks in. Gonza in the game for the Buffaloes. Up top to Roberts. Someone's got to go get him. Into Gonza at the top of the wing. Roberts holding up top. Over to Hadanunglu. Burns defending to Roberts. Roberts pushes into the paint, kicks it back to Keller. And Burns commits the foul to put Keller on the line.
And they'll sub back in on the second shot.
Keller way off the mark on the first. Stanton, Schumacher, Dickens in the game. Yukinaw, Burns, and Smith sub out.
Got to get a box out here.
Misses the second one also. Clock started early, but just a second. Walker over to Stanton, into the corner for Dickens. Back to Stanton, Walker over to Schumacher. Schumacher drives into the middle and draws a foul and finishes.
Nice finish.
Five-point game.
Hard take on that. You could see he was determined with that shot. Critical free throw here.
Schumacher gets the roll. 4-point game. Keller inbounds to Roberts. Trap coming. Dickens gets the deflection up to Goo. Goo gets it over to Hadaluglu. Up to Keller. And Quaddy fouls on Keller. After the last free throws by Keller, I don't blame him for fouling there, but we are back in the game. You have to occupy the lane
Bottom
spaces.
two. Yeah, you have to occupy at least the bottom two.
Keller misses the first. 4-point game, 2:01 on the official clock. Cougars have the arrow. Buffalo's back to defend as the Cougars have all the lane spaces. Keller misses it. Up to Dickens. Dickens slows it up as he brings it into the front court. Sets up for three. In and out. Keller gets the rebound all the way up ahead to Gonza. He can't handle it, and he tries to save it into the corner. Looks like he's okay. Cougar, they left him open. Good decision to take it. Just couldn't find the bottom of the net. Walker inbounding on the end line. Buffalo's in the full court press. Walker into Schumacher. Buffalo's retreat as Schumacher brings it up. Quaddy ball screen.
1 point possession game here if we can hit a shot.
Back to Schumacher. Sets up for three. Off the mark. Dickens on the backside tries to save it. Up to Gonza. Travels.
He traveled.
And the Cougars want a timeout.
It's a shame we waited so long to get going here. Schumacher's came alive the second half and put together a really nice offensive game here for him.
They're able to finish his last two and ones.
And then he had a couple nice layups, uncontested.
Walker, Dickens, Schumacher, Quaddy, and Stanton in the game off the timeout by the Cougars. See what they have set up here. 4-point game. Buffalo's in the lead. Dickens inbounds to Schumacher. He brings it into the front court. Over to Dickens on the wing. Up top to Quaddy. Walker looks for the entry. It's not there. Schumacher's there at the top of the key. Drives in, kicks it back to Walker. Walker in from 15. Long. Schumacher there for the rebound. Falls to Walker in the corner. Walker gets it back to Quaddy. Over to Dickens. Ball screen by Quaddy. Dickens sets up for three. Stanton gets the rebound. Stanton out to Schumacher. Schumacher for three. He gets it. 1-point game. Trap comes. Quaddy and Dickens thrown all the way out of bounds by Roberts. And the Cougars have the ball down by one, 48 seconds on the clock.
Schumacher taking control. Fourth quarter here.
Dickens brings it into the front court. Gets all the way to the paint. Ganza there to defend. Out of bounds. Called off Dickens. Ganza inbounding. Into Goo. Schumacher fouls right away. And Goo will go to the line in the double bonus. Still a one-possession game, even if Goo makes both free throws.
Critical here. Got to box out.
Still a 1-point game. Missed the first free throw.
Got to get the rebound.
Roberts, the only one in the free throw space for the Buffaloes. 2-point lead now. Dickens to Stanton, over to Walker. Walker holds as he resets, and
Coach Harrell takes his last time out.
so Cougars have a chance to take a lead with a 3, or they can tie with a 2.
It's good math, Brian.
What do you have here as the setup?
I'd say if they give us the 2, he's going to take it. But if they give us a wide open 3, Coach Harrell's probably not opposed to going ahead and just winning it.
I think they'll run that wing pass cut option, have Quaddy flash high, give Quaddy the ball at the top of the key. I'd be surprised not to see Quaddy take a shot from the top of the key or kick it back to the wing for an open shooter.
Yeah, I think they're money's on trying to get it into his hands for the tying shot.
Number 22, Xavier Miller, back in the game for the Buffaloes. Dickens inbounds to Schumacher. Over to Dickens on the wing. Quaddy's in the corner. Up top to Stanton. Over to Walker. Looking back door for Quaddy. Deflected. Out of bounds will stay Cougars ball, but now they have it on the baseline. Walker comes to take the inbound.
20 seconds.
Up top to Dickens. He's open. Good job by Gu closing out. Schumacher gets the ball. Ball screened by Quaddy. Schumacher gets through and
going to shoot 2 shots.
Is the foul on Schumacher or was it on Quaddy?
I think it's on Schumacher driving through, so he's going to be shooting.
All right, Schumacher 2 free throws with a chance to tie it.
13 and a half seconds left.
Schumacher short on the first. Gets the second, 1-point game. Miller trying to inbound for the Buffaloes. Into the corner to Gu. Timeout called by the Buffaloes.
They still have 1 remaining, so if they get caught or trapped, still got to get it across half court with 13 seconds left, so they can't run out the clock yet. Baseline corner, so they got to go the full 96 feet. If you're the Cougars, you've got to go for the steal or the trap, and if you don't get that, then you'll have to go for the foul before too much time gets away from you.
Schumacher had the chance to tie it at the free throw line to shoot 2, made the backside. Buffalo will inbound in the corner after they called timeout after it was inbounded.
And they are stationary, so that's always more difficult where you can't run the baseline now.
Walker comes all the way back to guard Gonza at the end. Everyone in man. Gu and Roberts looking to get through. Stanton deflects and will stay Buffalo ball. Clock did not start. See, Good trying to find a spot. Gets it in bounds. Quaddy and Dickens, Stanton and Dickens. Thrown away. Walker gets the steal. 5 seconds remaining. Finds Quaddy down low. Quaddy finishes.
Ball game.
And that's the game.
Ball
Oh,
game.
my goodness. What a victory for the Cougars. Down 20, maybe 22 at one point in the game. Cougars come back, and Caleb Quaddy at the buzzer after Walker makes the steal at half court.
Crazy comeback and finish. Sunrise in shock from that. Couldn't believe what happened there.
Cougars and the Buffaloes getting together at center court for a after game prayer. Both Christian schools.
Ben Schumacher having a great game, especially second half. Fourth quarter, is he owned it.
We'll send you through the second half recap. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry that the stream quality wasn't great. Hopefully it was good enough to view the game at least.